Killer instinct.
What's up, folks? Max here, and we're once again at Double Helix, and I'm joined by Michael Willett. You might have remembered we had a few interviews before talking about some of the crazy new mechanics and stuff in the game. Mike's got something even crazier to show off right now. What are we looking at, Mike?
Right now we're going to go through our Dojo mode, which is basically a tutorial on learning all the ins and out of not just Killer Instinct, but some general like fighting game knowledge.
Gotcha.
So some of the theory that you're going to learn within Dojo mode is going to be applicable towards a ton of different fighting games. So about controlling space, about safe jumps, cross-ups, all those kinds of things.
I was like passing by and I'm like, dealing with projectiles. Holy crap, you guys are really thinking about this. There's like a lot of stuff in there to really consider because it applies not just to KI, and then it gets into super Killer Instinct type stuff like combos.
Yes,
and
so it's,
like
we want to teach people the vocabulary of Killer Instinct and how our combo structure works, but there's just a lot of information that can be utilized in a ton of different fighting games.
Gotcha.
So we just want to impart that upon people, and like we've always said, is we really would hope that this could be like just the gateway for other people that are intimidated by fighting games to play Killer Instinct, go through our training, and then feel comfortable like, hey, I think I can try other stuff out.
Cool.
And so, and really advance and get to know how, these games work.
If you can, fire us up on one of the basic lessons we have on screen right now. I think we had some basic combos at 10, so let's see what that one is like. Does this all take place in like the kind of like the training mode session? I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have our training stage. So with its Easter eggs that you guys will find out later.
Combos are the core of Killer Instinct. So basic combos follow a structure. As old KI guys know, it's opener, autos, linkers, autos, and enders, which is the classic structure.
That is the classic golden path.
The golden path. And then openers are special or shadow attacks that can start combos. Jago has 2 special moves that can be used as openers. Laser Sword and Wind Kick, plus any of Jago's jump attacks can be used as an opener. So wow, it's got a pretty big description of all the stuff that you can do. Then after an opener, any attack. So what? It's
a little bit of reading here, but we want to make sure that people understand the properties of the moves that they're doing. That's so they can effectively and efficiently use them as they start to learn the system.
Well, I'll say this: it's especially better for guys that aren't used to fighting games not to gloss over this stuff, because this is the stuff that totally flies over people's heads sometimes, and it's just like, I don't understand what a cancel is. How do I cancel a low forward into a fire? What does that even mean? And it's good that this stuff is even here, so we can pass through it and get to the actual training part.
Oh, and just in case somebody did kind of pass through everything, you can go back and look at what the previous messages
reread.
were.
Okay.
Yeah. And so right here we're going to do a wing kick opener, and then we're going to follow it by any medium auto.
Holy heck, so straight up, for guys like me that do tutorials on basics of fighting games, you are doing my job for me right now. Sorry, showing people, yes, you do openers into autos, and it follows, it wants you to do it 3 times, okay.
So here we're going to do a jump opener into a heavy double.
Nice. People aren't going to have to go to YouTube to learn how to do combos anymore? Oh my god.
Oh, well, there's a lot of stuff that you can do within our system, so I have no doubt there's going to be a lot of YouTube videos of just some really crazy, unique stuff.
But especially for guys that are just like, hey man, I remember Killer Instinct from 15 years ago, sweet, and you could still be like, I forgot how to do everything. I should probably click the combos one and find out what the hell's going on.
So this really just opens the door on what all the possibilities are. Because once you understand the core systems, then it's kind of like music. You can start riffing on your own. It's like, hey, I know these chords. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna just start, making my own.
Using
music.
my linkers and my doubles. Okay. Yeah. So now it's getting into like shadow linkers and kind of going from that point.
Yeah. So we're starting to build the combo.
Okay. Start small, get big later on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do an opener, an auto, a light linker, and then ooh. And so if you happen to fall upon what a heavy linker is,
the game actually straight tells you you did a heavy linker. Good job, but wrong one.
Yeah. So you want to release the button a little bit early.
That was a manual. Oh, so the manual came after the light linker. Okay, and the game's actually letting you know this because on the screen it's showing in the combo combo status.
Yeah, so if you see as I hit Jago number 2, it's actually telling me what hits are actually coming.
What part you're on, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, let's try these specific type of linkers out. That's how you see them, you get a feel for them, but you can use any opener, any auto.
I see.
So we try to leave the structure pretty open, so it's not too restrictive, so you can really concentrate on the parts that we're trying to teach.
So it's not like you did a heavy linker, idiot.
Yeah.
Anything really mean. It's like you did it, but you probably want to do the other one. Gotcha, so basic. Okay. So this really is kind of encompassing a lot more than I thought it would, because it's having you do a huge variety of combos now. And now it's getting even beyond the golden road. Nice. I imagine that's the victory message.
Yeah, it is. So if you want to go on to the next lesson, or you want to replay the same lesson because you're like, hey, I want to keep practicing some of the theory that is being taught, you can go ahead and do that, or you can just go ahead and quit out and go wherever you want to go
Gotcha.
next.
If we go to quit really quick, because this was a great example of like a follow through of how to do combos, and people can take all their time with it when it comes out. Can we just give like a quick passing brushing example of some stuff to look forward to? So like instinct mode.
Oh, so yeah, learning how to use instinct, some of the other usability that you get from it that's not just character specific.
Gotcha.
Avoiding countering projectiles, performing juggles and wall splats. So we cover a lot of stuff in the basic basic section, and then we have.
Can we see just like a couple in the super advanced one, or do you want to keep that kind of a secret right now?
Yeah, we can start going over stuff. So performing cross-ups and jumping attacks, dealing with jumping opponents. Adding manuals to your combos.
Wow, okay.
So let's see if I'm any good anymore. So
this is the stuff that when I first tried this with Dave back at E3, I was nervous about, and it was pretty hard.
yeah, so as this kind of goes over, combos are harder to break if you're using manuals,
Right.
because you can only break them during the hit pause.
These are the kind of like the upper elite echelon combos, because getting combos just like old Killer Instinct combos, you don't have to press many buttons to get long combos, but with manuals you do, and they're
you
much
need
more
to concentrate.
difficult.
So and manuals won't automatically scoot you in like doubles will. So you have to really pay attention to your ranges and what attacks you're using as your manuals.
Did my move recover? Now can I press the
Yeah.
button? Stuff like that. Okay.
So I'm gonna try one right here. So oh, I missed it. So you heard the
Ooh.
timing, and I hit it correctly.
So wait, it's even giving you an audio cue when you should be pressing the button?
Yeah. So you'll see the prompt come up, and you'll see if I was successful. Right
Yo,
there. So
Killer Instinct is teaching me how to do links. Oh my gosh. Wow, okay. So it's saying that you can, this was what I was testing back at E3, that you can combo breaker manuals, but it's just as difficult, and it's pretty much going over the exact same thing I remember before.
yeah. So
Freeze
what we
frame.
wanted to do is give an example of seeing the timing after you're coming out of the recovery animations, when to start up the next move in order to link.
Okay, okay.
And so timing differs from move to move, but this is the core concept, and then just learning that core concept is applicable to all characters.
Okay, so this is probably going to help me a lot, because getting used to the timing of manuals is something I have not gotten used to yet, and only like upper echelon guys like you and Rich and a few other dudes here are actually using manuals and combos right now. Oh my god, this is going to help me out so much.
Oh, and I missed it.
Nice.
Learning how hitboxes work, and also reading and using frame data as part of our advanced lessons, because it's something that not a lot of people are familiar with.
Right.
And I know there's some people in FGC that still play by feel, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that
Need to see numbers.
Need to see numbers, have hit the books, and so what we wanted to do is teach new players to the genre. It's like how to make heads or tails out of all this crazy stuff that's going up on screen.
Positive and negative, hits done, blocks done, you know.
Recovery, like all the things that people like really want to know when they crunch the numbers. So,
Gotcha.
all these things you can turn on in our practice mode and get the data. So if I'm doing a jab, it's going to show me, startup, advantage on hit, advantage on block, etc. So what we want to do though is have a lesson that actually teaches you how to interpret that data. That's so when you go into
Gotcha.
practice, you know how to use it.
You understand a little bit as you're getting into actually using it and applying it.
Yeah, so here we have our character capsule and our vulnerable boxes up. And so here we're going to see like, hey, I can see what my attacks are, what the block react is going to be.
So you're seeing exactly like.
So you're seeing like what it looks like when boxes come out.
Gotcha.
And so in our replays, you can actually turn these on and frame step through. So then you can, when you're breaking down your game and doing an analysis,
See it
you're like,
piece by piece.
This is where the startup was. Here's where it's active,
Like-
and like, oh, this is why my cross up didn't work because I was too early.
That moment where you're like, how the heck did my Tiger Fury not hit this guy? And it's because you pressed it too late. And you can actually piece by piece that in replay mode.
Yeah.
Like, wow, okay.
Yeah, you can
Holy
step
heck.
through. So if you're watching a match, turn on your boxes, turn on your inputs, and just watch like exactly what was taking place.
Jeez, okay. So it's like a lot of fighting games try to keep a lot of this stuff a secret sometimes. Like they try to purposely not tell you because it's like it's a part of the game. And then a lot of people are like, it doesn't make any sense to not know this
People are
information.
gonna find it out no matter what.
Exactly.
So whether it's like guys like Vespercade or any of the dudes at SRK,
Eventually, this
like,
stuff is going to
or
be figured
Test
out.
Your Mind. Everybody's gonna go through and start breaking things
Yeah.
down, or like you're gonna post a video like, "Hey guys, I found this," or we're like, there's no reason to hold back this data, and it's very informative and helps new players as well. So it's
Right.
like we want to get as much of this out to people so they can actually see like what's going on behind the scenes.
Oh, it's such a relief to see what is what and why things work the way they do. Oh, now it wants you to do trades? Oh, wow. So that's a pretty big glimpse at Dojo mode. Mike, thank you very much for taking us through this entire thing. And we'll be back with more matches as soon as we can. We'll see you dudes next time.